Hey everyone, it's Evan. I know I haven't done one of these for a little while because the weather was bad over the winter and then I had a maintenance issue, and the weather was bad, and time just goes by. But it's a beautiful spring day, blue sky, and the indications are looking good for heading up over the mountains. I thought we'd go back over to Kremmling, revisit that approach, specifically the alternate minimums and the missed approach associated with that. There's a climb out that I do like to see how we do. So anyway, I know indications aren't always the way they seem, and so we'll just go poke around, see if we can make it, see if the winds are going to allow it. And either way, it's going to be an adventure, and welcome aboard. I'm Evan Anderman, a geologist, photographer, and pilot based in Denver, Colorado. Come with me as I discover new ways to look at the environment.
Going east, 6 Mike Yankee, thank you.
That's 756 Mike Yankee, Centennial, runway 17 left, line up and wait, next travel through runway Learjet, 5 west in the downwind.
Line up and wait, 17 left, 6 Mike Yankee.
That's 6 Mike Yankee, straight out now, runway 17 left, clear for takeoff, the winds are closed.
Cleared for takeoff, I have a 17 left and straight out, 6 Mike Yankee.
Over 6 Mike Yankee, right turn to the west, approved, traffic 2 miles west, your position, northbound Sierra 7,700 indicated.
Right, westbound, looking for that traffic, 6 Mike Yankee.
November 756 Mike Yankee, if you like traffic advisories, numbers 132.75.
Great, thanks for your help, 6 Mike Yankee. Okay, off we go. So still trying to get out of the Denver area here. Looks like I might slow down my climb a little bit because I'm in the 10,000 to 12,000 box, which means I can't go up to 10,000. Getting close to it. But things are looking good here. Got some traffic below me. Don't quite see him. Guess he went behind me. Stop the climb for a second till I get out of this this box. Okay, while we're headed out of this box, I'm going to bring up the plate here, RNAV runway 27 at Kremmling, and you can see that the initial approach fix is called Penny, and so that's what I put in my flight plan to head directly towards. See, my first waypoint goes out to Penny, and the other important information is that you want to be coming in at 12.4. Clock in 12.4 here. Go to indicated airspeed. I usually climb at 105. Okay, few bumps. The wind is coming from the west. Well, as I said, I put in 12.4 here. Put in indicated airspeed of 105 to climb up to it. But now the airplane's going to pitch around to keep that 105. Climbing pretty well for a second there. Trying to go catch up with my magenta line if I can. Turn on the hazard advisor coming over the usual ridge here. You remember my rules for flying in the mountains, which is the winds at 12,000 feet have to be less than 30 knots. So let's check that out. The way this says they're at a 320 at 15 knots, so it should be a good day. And relatively clear of clouds, 90% or less of max gross weight. So those are my... Okay, almost to 12.4. Anyway, the winds are coming over the mountains right now, so it's a little choppy. So there's definitely waves. Now I'm on a down wave, still sped up incredibly. Back to the maps. Let's go up to 13.5. Which means, of course, that I'll have to put on my oxygen. So I knew that might be an option here. Okay. And turn it on. And make sure I have flow, which means that this little bubble needs to be going up instead of sinking down to the bottom. Kind of inconvenient thing to have here, but it's better than not having enough oxygen, right? Taking a little while. I'm up here heading towards Penny, and it says it is 14 minutes away and 28 degrees. So let's see what the wind settles down at. Right now it says 23 knots out of 290. As you can see, that's almost my exact heading. Back to the plate. So remember that there are two separate minimums here for LPV, either the 9021 or the 8245 with the little pound sign there, hashtag. So if I go up and look here, you can see that it says the missed approach requires minimum climb of 400 feet per nautical mile to 10,000 feet. That's what I wanted to do today, was to try to go to that minimum and then see how I would do the missed, see if I could make that. So 405 feet per nautical mile, we've gone through this math before. I'm going to try to climb at 90 knots. So that's 1.5 miles per minute, nautical miles per minute, times the 405. So that gets you to 610 feet per minute that you have to climb. So that's what my, obviously my instrument tells me, vertical speed in feet per minute. So we'll go down to that minimum. We'll hold at that decision altitude, and then we'll start the missed approach and try and get 600 feet per minute. See how that works. So that's the plan for today. There are definitely some waves coming over the mountains right now, and the wind is close to 30 knots. So that makes me think. Now it says 16 knots, so it comes and goes. Okay, so I'm going to proceed. So let's go over here, procedure, approach, 0 Victor RNAV 27, starting at Penny. I'm going to activate the approach. That was a little downdraft. Yep. Okay. Feeling nervous about this, so I'm going to turn back. The waves coming over the mountains are just too much for this right now. So it was wishful thinking, you know, so close, but I obviously don't want to hit the rocks. I want to stay safe. So I'm going to go ahead and come down to for like 9,500 feet at 500 feet per minute. Vertical speed at the east. So anyway, some days are like that. You know, can't always do what you want to in the mountains, but the important thing is to stay safe. Hope that's a good lesson for you. I'm just going to fly back to Centennial and see what happens. I'll fly along the front range here, head back that way. Once I get low enough, I'll take off the oxygen. And just the prudent thing to do, abundance of caution to stay safe. But anyway, let me give you an update on the engine. You remember seeing that the crate was damaged when it arrived, so we sent it back. I talked to RAM. They say that this happens occasionally, so they're not totally surprised by it. They're just waiting for it to get back. They'll have a look at it, and they'll try and turn it around as quickly as possible. As soon as it gets back, my mechanic is available to start the swap out, so I will take it over to see him, and we'll get started on it. So hopefully sometime in May, I'll get to fly it again. Whew. Oh yeah. Anyway, I can take this off, just head back to Centennial and save this for another day, right? That's the way it goes sometimes. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you found it a little bit interesting, and I'll catch you on the next flight.